fruits, nuts, and seeds.
Chapatti, thank you for teaching us to be healthy.
The energy that I feel with these meals.
Chapatti, that was really yummy.
Like a kid with new toys. Health is my greatest joy. Come and see, come and be with our host Chapatti.
Welcome. This is Food with Life. I'm your host Chapatti, and we're here in Falun, Sweden, with our wonderful guest, naturopathic Dr. Peter Wilhelmson. He's an herbalist and an author, and he's going to tell us a bit about some wonderful Swedish healthcare remedies. Very nice to have you here.
I'm very happy to be here. And by the way, I have 12 books, but I have the first one published in English about raising healthy families and healthy kids.
Beautiful.
So I love to write, I love to teach, I have a nutrition school, and I've been working with natural medicine for over 30 years.
Ooh.
And I would love to share about some of the wonderful things we can provide here in Sweden.
Please tell us. I know Sweden is very much thought of as a kind of a spiritual mecca of health remedies and youthfulness and life and vitality. So start us with a few ideas of Swedish beginnings.
Well, I think many people here understand that it's very important to have balance in their lives and to have a healthy lifestyle. So people here understand the importance of movement and exercise and taking walks in the woods, bicycling, walking, keeping active. And in fact, our companies here in Sweden often provide for their employees free gym cards and maybe even provide massage once a month for their employees. So our companies often take good care of their employees, and we have 5 or 6 weeks paid vacation. We have a very large middle class. We have very low poverty here, and we haven't had war for 250 years. So we have a pretty stable, happy society here. And there's a folk tradition of folk medicine and herbs and healthy eating that many people are interested in, even though there's been a lot of fast food come in, and a lot of the young people, a lot of people, they take advantage of the microwave ovens and the fast foods, but still people are also interested more than ever in making things from scratch, going back, learning cooking, baking, cooking, making their own food, growing their own food, picking the berries, enjoying the berries. So there's a good tradition here.
It's very important what you're saying. It is endorsing the idea of being active.
Yes, very important.
Some people, they get in age and they become, or even they don't have to be so old, they become couch potatoes. That word couch potato.
Yes.
I think this Swedish concept and idea is quite different in this.
Yes, because as we often say, we don't become inactive because we become old. We become old because we become inactive. So as long as you're moving and enjoying life, the movement is very, very important. And I notice people are sick and come to me and want help. They want to get back on their walks and their routines, or swimming or biking or walking in the woods. People know the importance of activity, of exercise, of movement, and our government encourages that. And many of our people, they bicycle to work or they walk to work, and they enjoy walks very much.
Now, I know you had a point in your life, or maybe not too long ago, you were involved with a health retreat of some
Yes,
type.
I worked at and owned a health retreat for over 10 years. And what we did is we provided an opportunity for people to come for 1 or 2 weeks, and then they could do cleanses, they would eat very good vegetarian food, they would learn things at the health lectures, they could get different kinds of treatments, and it was a learning experience. And many of the Swedes, they go to these health retreats to gain knowledge, to get inspiration, to make lifestyle changes, to sort of turn one chapter, end one chapter, and start a new chapter in their lives of more healthful eating and healthy habits, you can always start afresh. They've even done studies on the elderly in the 70s, and even if they haven't exercised their whole life, if they start exercising when they're in the 70s, actually the body responds very well. They'll grow muscle mass, they'll burn fat. It's never too late to start being active and eating good and living well.
Many people are not too aware about food and the knowledge of nutrition and vitamins and supplements. And can you just say something very quick about this, and then we'll talk more about it at some time later?
Yes, I think there's especially a big concern about the young people, because it's so easy to be caught up in the fast food culture and go get some fast food and not bother to make it from scratch and learn how to make good food. But there's been a lot of cooking classes and cooking channels and books come out, so people are more and more interested in that they really need to learn to make good meals themselves. And I always try to inspire people to have meals together as a family, to sit down and have breakfast together and dinner together after work and make things. Take the time to make your family eating time a real family time of enjoying the food, eating slowly, and enjoying each other. And instead of turn off the TV, you know, postpone things, plan things, so you have really good time to enjoy really good food.
I know, I think you said before you have many good berries here, so I think what we want to do is go outside. You'll come with us, and we'll pick some wonderful, wonderful berries. So we want you to join us outdoors. We'll be picking a beautiful selection of fresh berries. I'm your host, Chapatti, with our wonderful Dr. Peter Wilhelmson here in Falun, Sweden. Stay with us. We'll be right back. This is Food with Life. Welcome back to Food with Life.
It's a very good idea. We're going to go out here we're going to find some very good tasting berries, and we're going to talk about the berries today.
Berries.
Yes. So this is our backyard, and we have a lot of berry bushes here.
It's beautiful here.
It's we got the birds singing, and we have the tranquility, and we have the beauty, we have the nature. And we're going to talk a little bit about these berries. We're going to start with the black currants.
The black currant here?
This is a black currant bush, and many Swedes have these black currant bushes in their yards, and they'll use them for jam, and they'll use them in smoothies, and they'll use them in their desserts, and they'll use them for breakfast. And this black currant actually has a lot of vitamin C. It's 4 times as much vitamin C as you have in oranges.
Oh, yes?
Yes.
So it's very, very concentrate, yes?
Yes, and then it also has GLA, which is an omega-6 fatty acid. Very good. It's only three foods that have a lot of it. It's the black currant, it's the borage, and it's the evening primrose. So this has this GLA, and it has the vitamin C.
What
do you think? Take a big one. It's got a tart.
A bit tart.
Yes, it's got the tart taste.
Which is nice.
Yes. And now the first 3 weeks of August is the time that they're ripe, and that's when we pick the berries. So now we're going to go to the cousin, which is the red currant.
Oh.
We have several black currant bushes.
Yes.
Then we're going to go to the red currant, which you see the leaves are different. Now you can make tea from these leaves also.
I've heard the
black currant tea.
Yes.
Red currant tea.
Yes.
Very good. And then they're more hidden, but you have to sort of go in and find these clusters.
The bunch of them, yes.
So we'll take a cluster out so that you can see it.
Oh.
And that's how they look. So you can pick one of those, the ripest one.
Okay.
And then you can taste that one. And you can sense the difference in the red currant and black currant. It's a distinct flavor.
It's a tart flavor, but a little
different.
Different than the black one.
Yes, it has the vitamin C, it has the potassium, it has actually iron. It's a good source of fiber. It doesn't have those oils that the black currant seed does.
The omega one.
Yeah, the omega one.
Yes.
The omega-6 oil. But it has, it's very good for your immune system.
Mm.
So this is another wonderful berry that we have in the
Very
garden
good.
here. So now we're going to go over to the gooseberry.
Oh,
So
that goose is that
Yeah.
animal, the one that goes coo coo.
Right.
But this doesn't come from the bush, does it?
No. This is our gooseberry. Now
Gooseberry.
we have the red ones
Yes.
and we have the white ones there,
Oh, yes.
the yellow ones. So we're going to find a big berry here.
Mm-hmm.
Now these aren't quite ripe. They're another week they'll be perfectly ripe.
Oh, yes.
But we'll take one here and you can taste that.
Thank you.
And this is more fiber in this one. But it has also a distinct flavor. It also has a lot of the vitamin C.
Mm.
Not as much minerals, but it has a distinct flavor. It's also a tart flavor, yes.
I could wait 1 week more,
Yes.
but it's very tasty.
Here we have the same berry,
Yes.
and we'll see if you've noticed a difference with the white gooseberry
Oh, thank you.
compared to the red one. Milder, isn't it? A little more mild.
More sweet.
More sweet, yes.
A small bit tart,
Mm-hmm.
but very.
So we have the red, we
Yeah.
have the white, and the last thing we're going to look at are the rose hips,
Oh.
which
What hip?
Sweden, they use a lot of rose hips. They make rose hip soup here. And in the wintertime, they can pick the rose hips, they dry them, and they make the rose hip soup.
Mm-hmm.
And also, they've done medical studies on the rose hip that it's very good for rheumatism.
Mm-hmm.
So they actually have concentrated certain active ingredients in the rose hip, and people take them as supplements, people who have arthritic problems.
The rose hip is good for the vitamin C, yes?
Yes, it has a lot of the vitamin C,
Mm-hmm.
and you can see them here.
Mm-hmm.
And you wait till they get a little more red.
Yes.
They're not really ready for
Not yet.
picking.
Not yet.
And they're a little bit powdery or mealy.
Mhm.
But if you dry them and stir them in some, make a soup out of them, it's very, very good.
Mm-hmm. This is Food with Life. Welcome back to Food with Life.
So we have this area of July, August, September, we have our berry season. So I think we're going to go look at some other berries in the other part of the
Oh, yes.
garden here. We have some herbs there that I used to do a lot of herb walks
Oh,
because
good,
I'm an
good.
herbalist.
Yes.
And we're going to go look at some other berries there. We have the horse chestnut, beautiful tree there. It's very highly esteemed in Germany for helping people with varicose veins. We have the
Oh,
hops,
yes.
where you make beer out of, and it's
Yes.
very
Uh-huh.
calming.
Mm-hmm.
We have the marshmallow
Oh.
plant here, which is very soft and nice.
Mm-hmm.
And we have these big angelica plants sticking up,
Yeah.
which was used a lot in the medieval
Ah.
times to protect people from the plague.
Yes.
We have the gentian root, which is a wonderful bitter for your digestive system here. And then we have some of the horseradish back there.
Oh.
You use horseradish sometimes?
I have used it sometimes.
Yeah,
It is from I
very
thought
strong.
the horseradish, the different
root.
types, yes?
Yes, it's the root you get, and
Yes.
it's very, very strong.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're coming to the elecampane, this plant here, which has inula, a prebiotic in it.
I see.
And this is the sea buckthorn.
Oh, okay.
And the sea buckthorn actually is a little bush that is one of the most important folk medicines in the Baltic states. It's used a lot in Latvia, Lithuania, Estonia, and it has a berry that we're going to be tasting later on,
Okay.
the sea buckthorn berry, which actually the thing that's really unique about it is it has an oil that we call an omega-7 oil. We have omega-3s, you know, the fish oils, omega-6s, the almonds, and we had the black currants, had omega-6.
Yes.
This has an oil that's you can concentrate. It's the omega-7 oil, and it's very good for the mucous membranes. But we don't have the berry yet because they come in the
Late season.
late season, yeah,
Yes.
and around winter time actually. But this is what the plant,
Really
the bush
good.
looks like, sea buckthorn.
Very nice.
And behind it we have an elderberry tree. So we're going to go to the elderberry tree here.
So this probably at some time
Bush.
grew mostly by the water, yes?
Yes, grew a lot by the
By
water.
the sea.
Yes, that's true. So here we have a elderberry tree, and we don't have the berries on here, but we have the flowers. And actually the flowers, leaves, and berries are used medicinally. Of course, the berries are the strongest. They have a lot of vitamin C in them, and they've done a lot of research in Israel on elderberries and virus. They're very strongly antiviral. They're one of the strongest natural antiviral remedy if you concentrate the berries.
Very good for
So,
colds,
yes.
cold and throat problems.
Yes, so in the health food stores, in the health food shops, you can buy the concentrate of elderberries as a syrup or as a supplement. But you can also make tea out of the flowers. It's a good medicinal remedy for the immune system. So this is our elderberry bush here.
Yes.
Well, right in front of me, I see we have a juniper berry
Here.
bush here.
Oh, yes.
Lots of juniper berries. You can see the blueberries here. And they're actually, you see, some are green and some are blue.
Yes.
And they will get darker. Now these are not used for, you can actually eat these when they, in another month or so. You can eat them now.
The blue ones look
blue
like
ones.
they're ready to be eaten, yes?
And actually, it's more of an herb, but you can actually eat 8 or 10 a day. It's good for your immune system, but they're used as an herb for the urinary system and to kill infections and bacteria in your gut, you know, and your urinary infections. But this is juniper bush, and people often have these as decorations, but actually you can have a tea from the berries or eat a few berries every day if you want. Now we're going to go on to look at our national treasure.
Oh.
See this coverage of
Yes.
greenery here?
Yes.
Our forests are covered with these bilberries. Now there's a difference between a bilberry and a blueberry because bilberry is in the same family. It's very similar. It has a little stronger medicinal properties than your American blueberry. It's a little darker and the bushes are a little lower to the ground. So let's go see if we can find, it looks like somebody's been here picking a lot here. So we don't have so many left, but let's see if you can find. Do you see any bilberries or blueberries here?
Here's
can you
one
see
here.
one? Oh, you found one. All right,
One.
that's great.
I should pick it?
Go ahead and pick it. Now that it's a small one, so usually they get a little bit bigger, but they're not as big as the big blueberries you buy in the stores. You have more of a, this is not quite ripe, but almost ripe. You can
Have
go ahead
flavor?
and taste it.
It's a little tart.
It's a little tart, yes.
Tart. Could
But
use
if you
more.
go in the forest, you will find patches just filled with these bilberries, and you can pick buckets and buckets.
Oh.
Within 1 to 2 hours, you can have many buckets filled. And then what the Swedes do is they make jam out of them. They put them in their freezer. Like I get about 40 or 50 quarts.
Yes.
At this time, I either pick them or buy them. And then I put them in plastic bags. I put them in the freezer. And then I have them all winter, all year, because I put them in my smoothies. Because I want to get those wonderful properties that are in these bilberries. And actually, these bilberries that are picked here in Sweden and Scandinavia, they're sent all over the world. They're considered the most medicinal, strongest acting bilberries are in our forests. So it's a real
beautiful.
natural treasure.
Beautiful. That's why Swedes are so sweet.
Oh, yeah? You think so? That's very nice of you to say that.
You know, there's one berry I have not seen yet. Do you have a strawberry?
Yes, many people have strawberries in their gardens. They grow strawberries. But we also have a national treasure. We have wild strawberries.
Wild strawberries?
And you can find patches of them all throughout Sweden, in the woods.
Are they
And-
near? They're near here?
Yes, actually, I think I know of a patch. We
Let's
can
go.
go in the woods and discover if we see some wild strawberries.
Let's-
You're going to love it.
let's
Yeah,
go.
Let's try it. Let's see
Please,
if we can find them.
Come
Yeah.
with us and pick some
All
wild
right.
strawberries.
Okay.
This is Food with Life. Welcome back to Food with Life.
Here are different
Beautiful.
kinds of green
Green.
colors, and we love these mossy rocks. You see these beautiful mossy rocks.
Yes.
Very soft, very nice to walk on. And it's quite safe in the woods, even though there are deer and sometimes bear. And
Bear here?
yes.
And moose? You have moose?
Lots of moose. But they're shy, they keep away.
Now
Right.
that we're going to look for the strawberry, I have a question. Back there, you said we had a gooseberry. But now that we're walking in the woods, is it possible we could find a mooseberry?
You would have to be very, very lucky because we do have a lot of moose,
Yes.
but I've never heard of or seen a mooseberry. But we have these big moose. And it's so wonderful to discover these little patches of wild strawberries. If you're
Yes.
very fortunate and you're observant, you can see these little patches. And isn't this a beautiful view? Do you see the lake down there? It's very beautiful.
The lake is
And look, rounding the rock, I think actually we find some wild strawberries. They look similar to the garden strawberries, a little smaller leaves sometimes, and you have to check underneath the leaf to find the wild strawberry. So we're going to look, crouch down a bit and look around and see if we can find one of these wild strawberries. Oh, I found one here.
Oh,
Yes, there's one.
beautiful.
Yes, it's very beautiful, delicate.
Are you
Very,
sure?
very beautiful. This is a wild strawberry.
Not a mooseberry.
No, not a mooseberry. Well, taste it,
I'll have a flavor.
and we'll see if you approve it for the feast, as part of the berry feast.
Delicious.
Does it qualify?
Excellent.
Oh, good. It qualifies for the berry feast. I like that.
We want you to stay with us. Come inside for a wonderful berry feast. We'll be right back. Thanks for watching Food with Life.